By J. Meisel, staff writer. Text size. Sebring, Highlands County authorities pleaded for calm and patience Saturday following a series of violent incidents on Friday that left 2 men dead and 1 critically injured. Our investigators do not to rush to a conclusion here, Sebring Police Chief Thomas Detman told a group of community leaders and ministers at the Highlands County Sheriff's Office on Saturday. Highlands County Sheriff Susan Benton told people in the community that she would keep them informed and wanted to prevent violence that has occurred following similar type shootings in other communities around the nation. She asked the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to investigate the deputy-involved shooting. Sebring Police Department is investigating a second related shooting incident. The sheriff said 2 white deputies were involved one of the shootings where a black man was killed. She voiced concerns about the tenor of some Facebook postings that talk about Black Lives Matter and police shootings. I think we need to start the conversation about preventing violence, she said. I believe Black Lives Matter. I believe there are weaknesses in our system. But at the same time, she urged people to not make assumptions until the investigation is complete. We want the truth out as much as possible, she said. The truth, Benton said, involves a complicated series of events that occurred at 3 different locations. The end result was that Jaquair Mathis, 21, was shot and killed by 2 deputies, whose names have not been released, and Desmond Edwards, 21, and Ricky Nelson, 20, ended up in the Highlands County Jail with numerous charges, including attempted murder. Edwards, who was in a vehicle with Nelson and Mathis, but bailed earlier, surrendered to authorities. In addition, DeQuante Yard, 19, died after being shot earlier at The Spot, a nightclub located on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard near Lemon Avenue in Sebring. Benton said an unknown person then shot Mitchell McCann, 24, who was in extremely critical condition at a hospital, at or near The Spot. Benton said it was a series of violent connected incidents that were growing. After McCann is alleged to have shot Yard, friends of Yard, including Nelson and Mathis, retaliated by doing a drive-by shooting on Douglas Avenue. That escalated into a shootout with friends of McCann and friends of Yard shooting at each other, the sheriff said. Although 2 separate drive-by shootings occurred, no one was injured, the sheriff said. Eventually, deputies, after receiving information about the vehicle, followed it to the Bayside Apartments, located on Poinsettia Avenue, where Mathis and Nelson went to Mathis' mother's apartment. They arrived there after a chase of a vehicle that rammed 3 patrol cars, Benton said. Nelson went inside and hid in a closet, Benton said. 2 deputies arrived and released a canine that bit Mathis, who apparently tried to pull the dog into the apartment, the sheriff's office said. Within 7 seconds of that shots were heard, Benton said. The weather prevented transporting Mathis to a hospital by helicopter and he flatlined, on his way to Lakeland Regional Medical Center, the sheriff said. He was pronounced dead at a hospital in Bartow. Benton said authorities found a weapon believed to have been used by Mathis in the drive-by shooting in close proximity to Mathis at the apartment. Another weapon was found near Nelson, and that weapon is also believed to have been used in the drive-by, the sheriff said. While deputies didn't know that 5 children were in the apartment, Benton said, she thought about how much of a cold heart Mathis had to have to go there and put them in danger. Some in the community prayed for peace after the violence. Sharita Brown and her cousin, Electra Brown, who were near The Spot Saturday morning, said they were in shock and grieving over the incident. Both said they are praying for the victims and their families, and did not want the message coming out of the tragedy to be one of revenge and violence. We just want to pray for love, peace. Sharita Brown said. Nobody deserved to die. She said the youth's access to guns was ridiculous and implored them to try and work out disputes through communication rather than pull out weapons. A vigil was scheduled for 6 p.m. Sunday at Martin Luther King Boulevard and Lemon Avenue. People are urged to dress in white and hold white candles, as white is a symbol of peace.